Yeah, hi. So, like I said, sadly, no clear conclusion, no clear way to improve things, but I'll show you what I've learned. It's slightly different than what you write here because the total of unindexed pages is this, and of the 200 are duplicates and 700 are those. So I tried to resolve both, and I didn't manage either. With duplicates, first of all, interestingly, sorry, where are we? This number just keeps going down, so maybe it will resolve itself over time. It nevertheless investigated. If you go here, you can inspect URL. Takes a second, and then you can see which URL it thinks Google thinks that this is a duplicate of. And there is something where duplicate without user select canonical, which means that it can be up to you to mark which of these is the real copy and which is the duplicate. But in a situation where in real life they're not duplicates of each other, I'm not sure if we can do that because we wouldn't know which way. So that's duplicates. I will see what else I've noted about it. This is all my notes. Yeah, it's slowly going down. Means Google decided that they're duplicates, and I've noted some examples so that you can see a case of that. And logically, this doesn't make sense because I thought maybe if you have this and then it gets marked as duplicate of 861 because all of text of 861 is in here, that would make sense, but it actually gets marked as duplicate of this. So I don't know, it's like Google just says, oh, um, legal talk sounds like a duplicate. I don't know. Maybe by going through the other examples, you will understand some kind of rule and let me know. But yeah, logically to me, these are not dupes. Seems like things that are like a short definition, something like this, will get more affected because there's less actual content that's actually related to this page. And I suppose if the content was longer, that could help likely. I've linked you this. This is from Google's documentation, but it basically says, yeah, in our case, it doesn't say anything that we can do other than you should ensure that the content differs substantially. So I also thought we have this text here. So if you go to something that's very short, maybe this text takes a more significant role in comparison to other things, and therefore they seem too similar to Google. Okay, then the other problem, which is probably more important because it has 700 affected pages. And sadly, this is even less clear. So this just says that Google knows about these pages but chose not to index them. And I don't have like links saved here, but I've looked through Google's documentation, a couple other resources, and people just say that there's nothing specific that you can do about this, it seems, except sitemap I will get to. But yeah, there was a button to like re-index everything, or like re-index those pages that are not currently indexed. Theoretically, that could work. So I clicked it like half an hour ago, and maybe that goes through. There is one thing that I'm not sure. Oh, and then like lastly, I made this like simple analysis where I download all of those because you can. And the first section is pending. Those are the 700 unindexed ones, and then duplicate are the duplicates, and these are the correct ones. So then I sorted this like that because now we can see, okay, case. So then I thought maybe in this way I can see, okay, all cases are affected by this duplicate thing. And I was expecting to see some kind of pattern, but there's nothing. So cases are like all the different statuses are for all cases. Definitions also all have different statuses, so I didn't see anything there. I will also send this to you, and I'll put it here, and maybe you can see some pattern that I didn't see, because obviously you know the content's so much better. And last thing is the sitemap. It's something that's good for SEO. You can test it with like pages that you know. Every page should have something like sitemap, .xml, and like the main directory or so. And it looks like this kind of, and it's just a list of all links, like sub pages of that site. I don't know why it's not working with New York Times. Maybe it needs to be something like this. It would definitely be a good idea. It could resolve some things. It's not guaranteed at all that it would, but it's possible. There is a plugin in Strapi, but I couldn't install it because we still have this issue where we cannot really do stuff there. I went like one step further, and I tried to run the backend locally, which generally should not be a problem, but because this project is old, I was getting a lot of errors, and I had to switch to like an older version of Node, the stuff that this is sort of set up in, and even after that I was getting some issues, and I think it could be because of these environment variables. Like I maybe need those, and maybe we need to like get those from the actual backend, but it was just to see again if I can like sort of unlock working on the backend in some safe way, because if I could do this locally, I could maybe even generate the sitemap locally and then upload it to the backend. But still, it seems like as before, I just cannot touch the backend sort of safely. Yeah, because if I mess something up, I would need like a good couple hours or days to fix it, and because we cannot do that, I added some small changes here. This is very helpful, and yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I was a bit sad that I didn't find a solution, but I don't know. It's some information, so maybe you find it helpful. Maybe it leads to a solution, and I hope you're well, and talk soon.